Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while. We took some time off because of Christmas and New Year's, so Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. There you go. So today I figured I'd talk to you guys about something that a lot of people keep asking about in comments, and then of course when they come here, is EDC or Everyday Carry. And you can have a real basic everyday carry, or you can get really intricate. It really depends on what you're trying to accomplish. I myself have different stages of everyday carry depending if I'm going to work, if I'm leaving my hometown and going somewhere else, like up to my friend's farm, which is about an hour away, if I'm traveling cross country, things like that. Different things come into play. But for me, the basic things that I have every day. Alright, so here we go. First and foremost, some sort of comms. Alright, I have a cell phone. I've got sunglasses for eye protection. Let's see what else. I can dig around in my pocket. I've got a wallet, which of course has my permit and everything else. Chapstick. I have a Surefire EDC L1. That's just work keys. Of course, knife. Always important. And just searching my pockets. Oh, business cards in one pocket. But I know everyone wants to know, what do you carry for a pistol, sidearm, things like that. So, generally, I will carry this. A 226 Legion. As you can see, it's completely empty. But that is my everyday carry. And as you can see, it has a lot of wear. Now, I know, it's a Legion. Usually people whine and cry about the coating that's on it and everything. Listen, mine is in and out of the holster. I train with this a lot. It happens to be 40 caliber, so of course I want to make sure I can maintain shooting a 40 since they're so damn snappy, versus a 9. Some days I do carry a Glock 19, and that is a 9mm. I train with both on a regular basis, and the 9 obviously is really easy to shoot, almost no recoil, versus the 40 where there is a lot more recoil management. What else do I have? Well, it's the winter, so I have a jacket. Now, this, what I just showed you, is basically what I'll take with me if I'm going to, like, Target, Walmart, the grocery store, just running errands, so on and so forth. That is my basic EDC. Gun, and then flashlight, knife, of course, wallet, sunglasses, hat, comms, a cell phone. Now, going to work, I usually take it up a notch. I carry all of the same stuff, but then I add big green bag. Oh, it's a helmet bag. So inside the helmet bag, I will have, of course, my IFAK, because if I'm making videos and I'm training, I'm usually down there alone, so I need some sort of boo-boo maintenance right here. And it's also designed to go right on the back of, say, my gun belt. Obviously I have different work hats, so I have this blue one, I have an orange one, so it's high vis, and if it's really cold, I've got a knit cap for work. So, got that. Of course, since we're doing a lot of shooting, ear pro. If the light is getting low, I do have them in here in the bag, but I also have them like scattered about my desk and whatnot. But I always have a set of clear eye pro. So low light, no light, I still have eye protection. Motrin listen, when you abuse your body as much as I did, Motrin comes in handy. Yeah. I know, I'm going off camera. Since it is winter, it does get cold out. I have a scarf that I keep in my bag, which it's old and been around the world a few times. So it was actually issued to me. My staple gun. So I can staple up targets for myself, for videos, for any private lessons that I'm doing. Another knife, because you can never have too many knives. One thing that I do add in this bag, and it's always in there, and even if I'm not going to work, if I'm taking a road trip or whatever, usually I always have my cell, though I do despise it, just because I don't like talking to people sometimes. But I want backup comms. So what comes in handy is I have a Baofeng radio. It's programmable. I charge it maybe once a week, so it's good.
North winds around 5 miles per hour. Wednesday.
So right now, channel 1 is programmed for NOAA, for weather, and then there's set channels on here for different people, different things, and this way if cell phones go out for some reason and I need to communicate, and I don't have a landline, I still have some sort of basically a ham radio that I can use. That actually comes important because when the bombing happened just recently, it was outside the AT&T building. But anyways, the explosion knocked out cell phones for most of the day, and people had trouble communicating. They were crying and whining about it because their cell phones wouldn't work. More to the point that, yes, the cell phones weren't working, and if you needed to communicate with somebody somehow, having some sort of handheld radio such as that would come in handy. Now, I don't use it all the time. Hell, I don't really use it unless I need to. At work, we all have these little radios right here that we walk around and use these. So again, backup comms versus everyone using cell phones. So the Baofeng does have a headpiece or a lanyard that goes up, connects into the headset. So I can either put that in my pocket and use a PTT, or there's a spot on my plate carrier where I can drop that in, and then I have comms on my plate carrier, because there are times when I do carry a plate carrier. Of course, this is turning into more like a show and tell. Binoculars. Always have a pair of binoculars. So I've got this pair, and then I have another bag that is another tier to the Everyday Carry, and that's got a different set of binoculars in there. So I've got multiple pairs for multiple people. I also have a rangefinder and the monocle that Firefield had sent, because that is a lot smaller than this container. So that's actually easier to carry, and that is inside my backpack. And when I add my backpack to my EDC, it's important that it's in there, and that we'll get to in a second. There's just other miscellaneous things in here. Rags. All important. Bug spray. Though there are no bugs right now because, well, it's winter and they've all gone back to hell where they belong. Pens. Extra batteries. Wipes. It's important to have wipes for anything from obviously having a messy face to other parts. Just say that. And of course, I've got a stockpile of these black masks, which, let's face it, it's part of society now. You need to wear a mask. We do when we're inside the building at work. Unless we're in our offices, like I'm in my office with my door shut, so I don't need to wear a mask because I'm alone. But if I leave my office, I put on a mask. So that's pretty much the green bag. And this stuff's pretty much with me every single day. I just walk in with my bag, I put it down. A lot of the stuff I never touch, but like I'll take the IFAK with me, my ears when we're doing shooting. I use a scarf, obviously, if I'm going outside, it gets cold. Changing up hats. Sometimes people here know that I have ibuprofen, so they'll come and bug me for it. That's that. I mean, that's everyday work. Okay. So let's take it up a notch. Now, before I forget. Almost forgot. Because it is winter, and we're doing training still, and we're doing private lessons, I have a jacket on, right? Because it's cold, it's in the 30s or lower. Last thing I want to do is take my everyday carry gun and bury it beneath my jacket to where I can't get to it. Because now I got to rip through my jacket and my sweater and everything else. So, if we're going out to train and we're doing anything, it's something I have in it's basically a tertiary bag that I keep in my trunk. But let me grab that real quick. Alright, so it's New England. It is cold in the winter, so one of the things that I carry in my trunk is always carry. It's in a giant parachute bag. Is change of clothes, and of course you always need socks. Bad things happen. Just take some Motrin, drink some water, and change your socks. So we got that. Throw that over there. But getting back to the point of what I was saying with the jacket. So what comes in handy is the belt. Having the gun belt, I can put this right in the holster, and I can run this whole thing above my jacket. This way I'm not having to dig for anything. So I just take the one holster off my belt, leave it in my office, and then I'll put this on over my jacket. It's got spare mags already in it, depending on what I'm using. We got mags for carbine, which they're all ready to go. That's it. Of course, you've seen the setup before with a drop pouch, and then obviously the IFAK can go onto this. Leatherman. It's important to always have some sort of Leatherman, so I have the Leatherman mutt on my belt, and then I have the Firefield version in my bag for more mundane everyday use. I left them over here. One thing I do carry around a lot in my pocket during the winter and the summer, it's all the time. Let's face it, I always have them. Doesn't matter the weather. A nice pair of gloves. These happen to be mechanics. I thought they were holding up pretty well, but as you can see, I've worn a hole straight through the thumb, and that is literally from flipping the safe switch on and off on my Connecticut Other. Literally wore a spot through my glove. So, looking at getting a new pair. If you guys have any suggestions on a brand, let me know in the comments below. I was thinking Pig, but not sure yet. Alright, so let's move on. We're going to take it up another tier. So this one is when I leave my home and I'm leaving my hometown, I need like a get home bag, an everyday carry bag, and contingencies for anything I might need if I'm not within an easy walking distance of my house. So there's a lot of crap in it. It is heavy, but you know, some of the stuff I can take out and leave behind. Most of the stuff I do go through it once in a while and try and remove stuff, but it does have redundancy things in it. This way, if I'm not alone, like if Susie's with me or the kids are with me, then I have multiple things and we can all share. Some of the things are just stored in the car specifically and don't make it to any of the bags, such as some foul weather gear, larger emergency food rations, and of course when the winter comes, we add things like blankets and the Mylar space blankets, things like that. All that stuff goes in. Basically, it's a winterized kit, so God forbid you break down in the middle of the road, in the middle of a blizzard, get stuck, you're fine. You've got warmth, food, water. We have fire starting stuff. So without further ado, let me get the backpack, which is the next step up. So this acts as a everyday backpack or everyday carry, along with a get home bag, things like that. Not a bug out bag. Bug out bag is completely different, and honestly, I probably would never use it, which we're probably going to talk about in another episode, bugging in or bugging out. My option is most likely to bug in and hold the house just because that's where all the supplies are. I've got enough people to hold the house. It's not just me trying to do it. You need like 15, 20 people. The more you have, the better off you are, and that's just to hold one house. Ideally, I'd be able to hold my entire street, but it's not walled off, so you know, we can do our best to hold one house. So this is what the backpack looks like. It is pretty much filled to the brim. It, yes, looks tactical. So on the outer pouch right here, open it up, and it's got medical pen lights. It has spare flashlights, some meds, extra chapstick, pens, stuff like that. When you open it up, there's plastic in here. There's nothing. There's just a Walther patch. But it could be used to hold IDs or whatever. Unzipping it, getting access to the other compartment. There's more utensils in. Well, I said utensils. There's more pens, pencils. Of course, another knife. And what I like having is this. What this is it's for putting your map in and keeping your map dry. So, little map case. And yes, I do carry old school paper maps in the car, just in case the GPS system goes down, cell phones aren't working. I can do land nav with just the map. So I'm gonna unbuckle. And of course, you can see there's paracord on here. There's bracelets. I just have these mainly for being able to pull apart and use them. That's it. Got some other things attached to the mollies. That's just extra stuff that I could clip onto the belt if need be, but for the most part, it just stays in the backpack. So in the outermost pouch, we have my M3X Tactical Illuminator by Streamlight. If I'm not taking the backpack with me for some reason, then I'll probably move this to my pocket or have it in the vehicle, but as you can see, it just locks right on. Then when you're holding it, sorry to blind y'all, but it's on there. It's not coming off. In fact, to get it off, you kind of have to really fight with it. which is good. I do not have a holster that will hold the firearm and the flashlight together as one unit. So I currently just have this and this separate, and I put this on when there's a low light, no light scenario, and going on doing that. So. I've got a ton of these. I probably got 50 in the backpack. And what are these? Chem lights. You can never have enough chem lights. You got them stuffed in here. Some Velcro, hook and loop, so I can tie things down. So you never know when you need to tie things down, but I'm just digging around. As you can see, there's chem lights. You never have enough. I don't have any IR chem lights. They are all just multicolored. Also in there are a pair of sunglasses. They're actually from France. They're Jewel Blows. They've got blinders on the side. They're really good for like when you have Arctic conditions and there's a lot of white snow and the sun's blazing and you want blinders. Those are good. I've got a couple of these K-bars. It's like a spork, and then you can pull it apart, and then you get like a little steak knife, and they just go together. So for eating the food that's in the car, or the backpack's got 1 or 2 MREs in it, so if you need something to eat it with. I've got 2 of these in the backpack at all times. One is mine, one belongs to Suzanne. So if she's looking for it, there you go. I just told her where it was. So that's that outermost pouch. The next pouch up has more chapstick. It's got a t-shirt, gloves, and those are just flight gloves. Another Leatherman. Some little odds and ends. Another Leatherman. So there's 2 in the backpack. One is more blunt nosed. This one is more like the needle nose style. So depending on what I need, I've got both sets. I've got this little kit. It's from H&L. Actually found it on Amazon. It was one of the stupid things you can buy on Amazon. We saw it, we're like, oh, it's actually pretty cool. It's nice to have. So what is it? I'm glad you asked. It is, I'm just trying to make sure stuff doesn't fall out. It is a practice suture kit. And it comes with needle drivers, scalpel blades, nylon filament needle drivers. This way, if you ever feel the urge to practice suturing, not like you're using it in an emergency, but practice suturing, this is perfect for those really bad boo-boos you can practice on. So that is part of the emergency kit. And of course there's a thing of deodorant in there. Yes. You gotta smell good at least if you're trapped in the wild. Alright, so for the main pouch now, which the main big pocket. Which we have another hat. And the reason that's in there is it's high visibility. So I'd put that on if I want to be seen. Obviously I wouldn't put that on if I didn't want to be seen. So we have the cleaning kit, which you've all seen before. This is in the backpack. Usually the backpack's in my car or in my wife's car. I move it from car to car. Cleaning kit. It's got everything you need to clear out a jam, clean the gun from pistol to carbine. Monocle. Which is part of the backpack. Extra set of ears. Stethoscope. Trauma shears. Rubber gloves. Zip ties. This happens to be a P95 mask, and really won't work well because I have a beard, but it's still a P95 mask. And if you don't know what a P95 or everyone knows what an N95 is. P95 just means it's oil proof. So it looks like a regular respirator. It goes around the mouth. It's got the big things on the side. Headlamp. It's important to have. Poncho for rain gear. Of course, change of socks. So I've already told you how important it is to keep your feet dry. Roll of duct tape. Another poncho. And the reason I have, obviously I'm not going to wear two ponchos, but I can use one poncho for shelter. Little ear plugs. I'll pick Uggies wipes. And they're still moist. Those are good to have. Little thing of soap. Because you never know, you might need to wash something. Black sterile gloves. The color really doesn't matter, but I have two sets of sterile gloves because you never know when you have to touch something and you want to be sterile. First aid kit. Now, originally this first aid kit was bought at like a Walmart or Target. There was on sale. First thing I did is I went through it, gutted everything out, and put in more stuff that's a little more useful for my needs. I'm gonna pull out one, but there's a few in here, MREs, because you always need spare food. And then there's internal pockets in here, and that's gonna have things like a life straw, liquid bandage spray, it's got the an extra PTT for the radio set, electrical tape, go in conjunction with the duct tape. Now this one's still in the package, but it is magnesium fire starter. I just left it in the package so I don't lose any of the parts. So it's in there along with some little fire starters, which I made myself. If you guys are interested how I made those, I'll put it in the comments and I'll tell you how I made them. It was real easy. It was a weekend project. We've got some 2x2 and 4x4 quick clot bandages, band-aids, and of course a couple of Sharpies for writing messages, and more hook and loop. And that's it for the internal pouch. Which I'll put the backpack together after I'm done making the video. So we've gone from basically me running out to the store. You saw what I carried. Minimal. Alright? Then move it up a notch to, okay, I'm going to work, so I need my ears, I need an IFAK and everything like that. Boom. Then it's the next tier up, going further away from home, so I want some sort of everyday carry bag or get home bag, which is what you saw, that backpack. That is just to get me from wherever I got stuck to home. That's why it's got shelter, some clothes, and some other odds and ends. Well, you saw everything. Now, if it's getting really interesting outside, then I have a different bag that is a lot bigger, and I'll grab that for you. Alright, so the bigger bag, which I had to go dig out of my trunk, is a giant green parachute bag. And that has things in it like my plate carrier, which just has 3 mags in the front. It's got a camelback in the back, which is empty. I'm not storing water in it. So you've got this. No side plates, just front and back plates. Numerous mags. I like Magpul. The 10x30s are great because I like the full size, but it's only 10 rounds, let's face it. But the cross mags, which are 2 10-round mags locked together to make a full size mag that you can hold, right? It's only 10 rounds here and 10 rounds down here. You have to flip it to get to the second 10 rounds. But it's full size for me to manipulate. I prefer this. So instead of having a Magpul 10x30, look, I live in Connecticut. That's what we're allowed. I can have 2 cross mags that I then link together, and now I can easily carry 2 mags, give me 20 rounds versus the 10. But it's still only a 10-round mag, which is nice. And I got a bunch of those in here. Another set of binoculars. But those are the ones we reviewed. They got a rangefinder in them, along with a compass. So that's more of the things are falling apart type binoculars. Got some spare lenses for Wiley X glasses. And of course, a small toolkit for working on guns. So that's what's stored in that. And then, of course, I always add things like I'll add some clothes depending on what we're doing. Maybe some extra ammo going away. This way, it's all there. Don't need to carry the bag. I just empty the bag out, leave the bag behind, or roll it up, put it in my backpack. But it's everything I would need. Things go really weird, go really sideways, and I need to go walk off into the woods or something. Look, it's been an interesting last year, and 2021's not seeming like it's going to be any better. One thing I did forget to say, of course, every day I always carry my other. That's why you saw the mags everywhere. Because even, well, you saw the extra mags for the 226. But I even carry extra wheel and air. Got extra box of ammo, extra couple of boxes of ammo floating around in my green bag. Got a good fixed blade, part of that everyday green bag that I take to work. Oh, bother. Anyways, what I was looking for, and it's buried right now. Moving things around, everything kind of got moved and displaced out of where it's supposed to be. Because I don't know if I'm going to carry my 226 or a Glock 19 until I decide in the morning. So I'll actually carry 2 spare mags for each gun all the time. Obviously the guns look completely different. One takes plastic mags, one takes full metal mags. One's a 40, one's a 9. So depending on what I'm carrying, at least I know I have extra mags. If for some reason I was wearing the Glock 19, I can easily take the 226 holster off the gun belt, put the Glock 19 holster on there. Those 2 magazines for the pistols can come off, and those get replaced with the other 2 pistols, and those would then go into the mag holder that is in the pocket. I knocked it out and it fell down inside the bag, and I'm not going to spend time digging for it. I'm going to let you guys go. Let me know how you do your EDC. If you have any ideas on mine, or if you want to nitpick mine, that's fine. Maybe we'll bring up something that I missed. So, as always, I will catch you on the trail. You guys stay safe in the fray.